Like, it is cool to play someone else's style of control deck, and I do think this deck is good. And like so much of like, this control players are just, me included, are all very opinionated, and we have like our own personal styles and approaches to matchups that other people don't have. But like here, like Mystigate in the Opt deck is just very awkward. Where this hand, if it was not a Mystigate, I would keep. I have double Opt, but I have to mulligan. That being said, like I do think filter lands of course have their place in Modern. Yeah, we did 3-2 with the Waste Not deck, like a real F&M hero. If anything, cut one Archmage's Charm. I'm honestly like super high on Archmage's Charm. This is like just a staple of Dono decks, where your opponent plays a turn 1 Shriekhorn, and then you look and see how much graveyard hate you have in your sideboard. But we actually have 2 main deck Guiles, 2 sideboard Guiles. So I'm not feeling too bad about this. Not enough people played Nimbus Maze. Isn't Nimbus Maze just worse than Glacial Fortress? No, Rest in Peace seems weird. I think if you have 4 Kaya's Guiles, you don't need Rest in Peace. And then Kaya's Guile also gives you a lot of game against the Prowess decks. Alright, fast game 1. We are not winning this game. So the third forest of the Kaya's Guiles. I'm probably not going to want any of the black removal spells. Probably will want Verdict number 2. I do like Aether Gust a lot against them. I found Archmage's Charm to be pretty bad against Dredge in the past. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in Mentor too. Mentor might be better than like a Jace. Why have these Esper lists not been running 3-mana Teferi? Well, TSP Jindrik, who is someone I like admire a lot, and someone whose stream I like a lot. What's the command? It's SO TSP Jindrik. Can't remember. This is the command, right? Yeah. So you can follow TSP Jindrik on Twitch. He usually streams usually like streams before I start, and then goes like 2 or 3 hours into my stream. I don't know exactly what time he starts, but it's before I wake up. He has a great stream, and I'd recommend checking him out. And he's the one who built this deck. I think this is like Nassif has been playing the deck too, and this is like Nassif's like slight variation. Esper Charm is probably actually the worst card here. Let's do something like this. Why are we shouting? Am I shouting? Oh, shout out. Gotcha. Spike, can you even speak Polish? It's Jindrik. Oh my gosh, he's never corrected me on it. Although I will say that I never correct people on my name either. Spike, you never looked at Discord? Oh, I never did. Sorry. I the only reason I was even checking Discord recently, nitpicking, is because of the of the thing, of the thing we recorded. I basically never check it. I'll check it later. I feel like we can keep this on the play. Never correct people if they call me E-fart. No. Man, I told this story. So I've told the story a few times. When I was in my name is pronounced Everett Mohan, which is definitely a little bit of a weird name, right? And when I was in the 6th grade, we had a sub who had a very thick accent. I can't even remember exactly what the accent was, but he was calling roll, and he called out roll and said "E-fart moron" when he was calling out roll, and I was called that for years and years. And then I was like 22 or something. This is before I met Esther, but I went out with a girl from high school, right? Someone I like always had a crush on, and well, with this resolve, I think. And she's like, remember that everybody called you E-fart? Wasn't that hilarious? I wasn't super amused. I was a little amused, I guess. But like, this is like the sub calling me E-fart on the roll in 6th grade. Like, what was I, 12? That like 10 years later, like that his mispronunciation is still affecting my life. Isn't that wild? The day went pretty well though. But now I'm very happy with Esther, who's the light of my life. And she doesn't call me E-fart. And she doesn't call me E-fart. Conflagrate X equals 4. I think I'm supposed to leak this. She'll start soon enough. She knows the story. Maybe she should. Maybe. Oh, that's like the best draw. So now we definitely brainstorm to look for a blue card. We're probably brainstorming anyways, of course. That's why you gotta abandon everyone you know and start fresh at least once in life. Wise words. Point redemption for who he called me E-fart on stream. She'd probably just do it for free. She'll probably watch the stream a little bit today because she's off and she's doing homework, and she usually gets bored around this time. Ox of Ognas. It's pretty bad for us. We do have a verdict. Have I got a son? No. The chat are my children. The spikelings. Watching a stream while procrastinating is literally your pastime. Yeah, I imagine it's a lot of people's pastime. I watch a lot of streams too. Yeah, we're all Clothis' children, of course. Probably they could just Ox again next turn. What deck would E-fart Moron play in Modern? Control decks. Snap verdict next turn. It's not too bad. It's like, you know, maybe not too good, but let's see what happens. Do you think Dredge is in a good meta call? Dredge is somewhat popular at the moment. So maybe even somewhat good at the moment. Just hard to say for sure how good or bad it is. Good that these Bloodghast can't attack yet. Also thinks we haven't found a Kaya's Guile, but I guess we also haven't had a very good window for one. Maybe we can find Cryptic Command. Opponent might actually, you know, even deck themselves. They probably only have one Conflagrate post board too, and they might have two. But I think it's reasonable to trim one in this matchup, and if they did, then they might have a hard time burning us out. Then the 24 cards left in their library. Discard Thug, Imp, Blood Crypt, hit Creeping Shield number 3, Creeping Shield number 4, 9 cards left in library. No Conflagrate in the yard though. Oh no, now the Bloodghasts get to attack though. Stupid Bloodghasts. Yeah, so Snap Verdict doesn't do anything. Forgot about that. So we need a Cryptic Command. I guess they didn't cast their Loam. We can force Loam. I've been in worse spots. They only have one Loam in the yard too. 2 are already exiled. Oh wait, what? They chose not to use an Amalgam trigger? What? Is this a May? How did this happen? How did they have an Amalgam to put into play? What did that trigger off of? Oh, we're drawing all lands. Okay, bad start. The other Amalgams from the Ox and Dredges? I think, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I mean, obviously you're right. I just missed it. It's not like we had outs. All right, Kaya's Guile very, very strong in this matchup. If I was going to play a modern event this weekend, what would I play? Well, there actually are 2 modern events this weekend. That being said, they're different modern events. So there's the challenge on Saturday, and I want to play either in either the Jeskai Copycat deck or the Sultai Control deck. In weekend challenges, if I have a new deck that I've been working on that I think is competitive, I usually like to try to play that deck at the during the challenge. Well, I guess I'm flashing in a Snapcaster. Yeah, here's definitely a spot where like just having Verdict in my deck is a little weird. Am I gonna go Eliminate so I can Snap Eliminate next turn? I think I will. Is there a link to the Sultai Control deck? You can find it in the Stream Decker, and you can also like dig and I think I tweeted it out too. Neither of those decks have made it to YouTube. Yeah, the YouTube videos are like, it's kind of varies, depends on like how many good videos there are to do, but it's usually like, both of those were from this week, and it usually takes like 4 or 5 days for the editor to upload them. So, which is why, if you're listening on YouTube, you can find the content early by coming over to twitch.tv/aspiringspike and actually hanging out with us. Yeah, Creeping Chill is my least favorite card in Modern. You know what? I was thinking that I wanted to kill Swiftspear over Mage because of Teferi Time Raveler. But this deck doesn't even play Teferi Time Raveler. So like it's possible that we would steal a Swiftspear and then Soulscar Mage would be better. They hit Lava Dart and light up the stage. Barf. So I guess I just want to go Kaya's Guile this turn, snap Kaya's Guile next turn. That's pretty good. YouTube brought you here, got you to hang out. See, it works. Yeah, not as fast with Kaya's Guile modes as I am with Cryptics. They have a land. They don't have a land here. It's pretty good for us. They have a canal. Classic. White Rad Slash. Man, weird draw. Yeah, I guess we're gonna need to go snare their dragon and snap eliminate the other dragon. You don't see Jeskai Copycat on the Stream Decker. So you click Stream Decker. It's not loading. It's there, I promise. You might have to scroll down, like, you probably don't even have to. I played it like all day yesterday. Right, here's the Stream Decker. It says Jeskai Ephemerate because it's a very interesting take on the Saheeli Cat combo deck where we're playing the Ephemerate Soul Herder package, which there's like lots of interesting interactions and combos and fun stuff. You know, a lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of angles to this case, dude. Why do people call the deck Esper Charm? So I was wondering that earlier today. I wasn't sure. The reason apparently is that TSP Yindrik is Polish. If you ever watched this TSP, I apologize. I've been pronouncing your name wrong this whole time. But you also didn't correct me. Apparently ka, the suffix ka, is a way of like showing affection, is what people were saying. They bolt me, so they have a dart in the yard, but we're not dead to another bolt off the top. No, we are. Well, good math. So I probably want to plus, right, to try to stop them from drawing bolts. I could also draw a Mana Leak. I guess Mana Leak doesn't stop bolts. They do have their Fiery Islet. This is Brainstorm. Did hit the Mana Leak. Now we can Mana Leak the potential Lightning Bolts. No attack to play around Swiftspear. Maybe. Seems fine to do that. They let me draw, so there's no way they have bolts, right, if they don't upkeep. So I'm going to keep a land so I can go snap Kaya's Guile with Leak Up. I'm going to want to do that main phase so that if they have Bolt, I can mana leak it. Or I guess on my instep. Probably doesn't matter. As long as it's on my turn. I think I'm exiling their graveyard because Bedlam Raveler is definitely a way I could lose this game. I feel like I've been seeing more and more Bedlam Ravelers out of blue-red. It feels way more relevant than a 1/1 token. Lava Dart. I'll bolt the flashback. Or mana leak the flashback, of course. Man, I'm so fast with the Cryptic Commands, I'm not used to this. Found it. I just know the modes on Cryptic Commands instantly. Taking forever on the Kaya's Guile. Alright. Attacking me. Could lose if I totally brick. We did just shuffle. Not a brick. How much mana do I have? I have to put 2 cards back, so I can't Teferi minus and Esper Charm to draw step discard. I think I'm still supposed to Teferi minus. We lost to Dredge in match 1. Probably not a favorable matchup, but probably not a terrible one either with 4 Kaya's Guile in the 75. Alright, no main deck Exquisite Firecraft. At least not one that they drew. Seems like we got a favorable matchup. Probably want to cut the Esper Charms. Usually don't like Force, which I've cut. I do like the Snare. It's probably fine to cut a Jace. I also do actually like Teferi Time Raveler against them. I like Archmage's Charm. I think we could probably supposed to cut a couple of Cryptics. Maybe we have maybe we can cut mana leaks since we have like so many 2-minute answers. Maybe we can cut the 4th Snapcaster too. Do you want the second Eliminate? Maybe not. I guess Eliminate's like a little better than Gust, maybe. I know Gust seems better because it can actually answer spells. Just have so many good cards in this matchup. I'll play the second Eliminate. Do we really need 2 Purge, 2 Gust? I mean, just like as many 1-for-1 answers I think are good at 1-for-1 answers are very good against Prowess. What are you suggesting we play instead? I think this is good. Am I going to make my own Esperless soon? I don't know. Maybe. Kind of a loose hand. We're on the draw though with double push. It's fine. I'll just get my Esper Triome. Yeah, Stormwing is tough for sure. But one nice thing about having all the cheap spot removal is that Kaya's Guile is really likely to be able to Edict the entity. The main phase because of light up the stage. Just try to like maybe Strand light up the stage. You have almost no way to permanently answer an early one. Kaya's Guile, counter spells, Spell Snare, Mystical Dispute, and 2 Verdict. No love for Soul Hoarder deck today. On Thursdays we play donation decks. You guys get to dictate the stream content. But we'll play some more tomorrow probably. Man, Swiftspear is so good. The best card in Modern, I think. They have Gutshot Entity. 2 pretty good cards together. If I draw a blue source, I'll hold up the Logic Knot for the Entity. Alright, I will keep my promise. How do I like the new counter from the set? Talent Test? Talent Test. I don't think I saw that one. Is that the exile, counter instant or sorcery, then exile all copies from the library? Here's info on the dono stuff. Yeah, I think that card's good. I think that card is an interesting sideboard card, potentially in Modern. Probably pretty metagame specific. All right, and before Spell Pierce. Have I played the 4-color Stoneblade deck? I haven't. I think Bant Stoneblade is the best variant of Stoneforge Mystic decks. I didn't have Spell Pierce before this, so I'm just going to push now. Opt on their instep, probably. What we did sideboard against mainly? I mean, like Ad Nauseam, Storm, Living End. If those kind of decks are popular. Where does your Jeskai Ephemerate fit in the power level of the meta? Would I play it at PTQ or something similar? Maybe. I don't know yet. I mean, I've only... So I've played 4 leagues with it. Overall, I am 16-4, which is very good. It's an 80% win rate. And so I'm probably playing that on stream on Saturday for the challenge, but I also really like the Esper or the Sultai control deck I've been working on. I really like that deck too, so I just want to purge. Should play around counter spells, although I guess they can't spell pierce. I really like the Sultai deck too. I really like Jeskai control. I think Bant's Toski is fine, but not as good as it was like maybe a little while ago. You look like you want to say I'm 16-4, which is really good, but maybe I'm such a good player. That's not what I wanted to say. Although people say that, you know, like people like only Spike can win with these decks. But if you think that I'm so good that I can win with anything, then maybe also listen to me when I tell you that a deck is good on its own merit, you know. Because, you know, I mean, you saw me, you know, I just played Slivers. I just played Slivers, and it's clear that I cannot win with everything. They left in Mutagenic Growth? Interesting. I'm probably just going to use my Verdict here. Right, they have no cards, though. We're at 5. I feel like bad matchups are mitigated with comboing off. Yeah, I agree that Jeskai is, like, they're not going to sack their Islet. Jeskai is like usually bad against weird decks. You know, not super meta decks. I'm going to snap Opt here. I really want to find Kaya's Guile or a land. I would keep Kaya's Guile. I mean, obviously I don't have a choice between 2 cards here, but I would rather find Kaya's Guile. Yeah, if you think I'm so good, just listen to me, and I'll tell you which decks are good. Well, I'm going to jam Jace. We could die. It is kind of hard for them to burn you out, though. They're also at 7. I'm going to attack. Attacking is only bad against exactly Monastery so Spirit. They've already played 2, and they're at, yeah, this is also a 3-turn clock. Maybe because it is a 3-turn clock, I should just be sitting back on my counter spells. Not really used to playing this matchup this way. But also going to 4 is bad because then like they have a lot of shocks with like Lava Darts and Burst Lightnings and stuff like that. Yes, I think I just wait. Would love for them to play something I can Fatal Push. I think I'm kind of priced into gusting this. It's pretty bad if I just have to reactively leave up Gust forever. And they put it on the bottom. Okay. They probably would have Lava Darted me if they already had Dart. Now here's the hard decision. Do we cast this Teferi? Teferi puts us dead to a big combination of cards. It's much easier for them to kill us at 4 than at 5. I think I'm passing. Especially because if they have 1 burn spell in their hand, they have to use it on Snapcaster next turn, and then playing Teferi will become much better because they'll have no burn spells in their hand. They can also have mutagen and growth. No, they can't have mutagen and growth. Alright, 1/1 with Esper Charm. Looks like a keep. And the blind on the draw. Kind of a slow hand, but we have force and as some interaction on the first 2 turns, and if we hit 1 land, we have Charm and Guile. Why is it Esper Charm? Maybe because someone can make a command, but it's Polish. And the originator of this deck, TSB Yendrik, is Polish. I believe. At least I've been told. It is kind of funny, like, I mean, not specifically with Yendrik. I mean, I guess specifically with Yendrik, but with a lot of content creators and, you know, Magic people who I've talked to for a long time, and, you know, we have like these relationships. I also I don't know anything like personally about them. You know, I don't know where they're from. I have no idea how old they are, and I don't really care. You know, I don't know. Maybe I care a little bit. If they have Yawgmoth and not a Eldritch Evolution, it's pretty bad for us. Oh, they're playing 61 cards? Messenger? I think you meant that it doesn't matter, not that I don't care. I guess you could say I meant that. Maybe I did even. I think so. My plan here is to block and then go Kaya's Guile Edict them, and exile their graveyard in response to the Undying trigger. Maybe I should have also kept up Charm by fetching the swamp next turn, fetching Island last turn. Hugely punished. Alright. We're not just dead, especially if they sack the messenger. I guess if they just don't sack messenger, we're super dead. Why didn't you charm the Yogg? I misplayed by getting a swamp last turn, so I couldn't cast the charm. This matchup seems bad. Kind of like Teferi against Court of Calling and Veil. Also just bouncing some of their creatures is good. Purge is good for us. Kaya's Guile seems bad, right? Like, yeah, they're just so good. They have so many things they could just sacrifice very easily. Another matchup where I just feel like Esper Charm kind of sucks as well. Mentor is maybe broken in this matchup, and it's maybe terrible. Certainly somewhere in that range. I think Eliminate's not that good. Gust is also kind of fine. I think about 1 or 0 force. Probably not 2. Yeah, let's not play the Mentor. I think Guile's really good. I don't know, like the Edict effect is pretty poor. Like you can't just you have to like kill a Undying creature and then exile in response to the trigger, right? Let me reread this. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's not very good. How necessary are Force of Negations in the Sultai list? What can they replace with if we can't afford them? I mean, you can play the deck without Force of Negations, and it'll be worse, I think, but it won't be like unplayably worse. You can play like the 4th Archmage's Charm. Get creative with the other one, the other choice. I don't know. Like another Mana Leak, maybe. Or, no, sorry, the first Mana Leak, because that list wasn't playing any. Doesn't it exile and Edict? Yeah, but they're also like they also just have like a million guys that love to be sacrificed. You know what I mean? So just like the sacrifice part of the card is pretty bad in this matchup. You know what I mean? Only one Tarpet, there should be a Colonnade also. If I was building a deck, I would play No Man Lands, but it's Donation Deck Thursday. I'd be playing No Man Lands and Shark Typhoons. But it's nice to, you know, feel a different style. I'm probably supposed to gust the bird, right? I'd feel way better about this if I had another land in hand. The ones they want to have sacrificed, the ones with Undying and have the exile clause. I mean, it's like, I mean, they're a young wolf deck. It's like if our if we have Kaya's Guile, and they just have a young wolf in play, we're spending 3 mana to exile a young wolf. That just feels like such a poor exchange. They have Gilded Goose in their deck. They have Dryad Arbor in their deck. You know what I mean? It's just like, I think Kaya's Guile is really bad. What I replace for Shark Typhoon? I'd be probably cutting at least the 4th Snapcaster and like some amount of ops. Like maybe you have to play a couple of ops to have a density of Snapcaster targets. So you already have a lot. I'd also like be playing more Archmage's Charms probably. I'd also like maybe main deck 3 mana Teferi. I like main deck 3 mana Teferi a lot. I'd probably be cutting the tar pit for like maybe second Castle Vantress. I also like the idea of cutting Supreme Verdict from the deck so you don't have to play Mystic Gate. You know, Mystic Gate is kind of awkward to me. Although I will say, like, you know, I could just be wrong about literally everything I'm saying. I could be also right about everything I'm saying. Courtship 16 months. Thank you for your resubscription. Yeah, they had a weird keep here against the control deck. But I know I love Typhoon, and I know Yindrik really dislikes it, so certainly could just come down to play style, personal preference. But in a deck like this that plays mostly at instant speed, I think Typhoon really shines. Do we just main face Snap Gust? Probably don't. I guess I shouldn't be. They could have surgical, so I shouldn't be tapping like all at once. The early reset was a glitch. Yeah, it was kind of weird that it didn't like make a sound, but either way, I'm happy you're back for this Longhorn chips. Oh no! Huge punt. Lazy punt. As soon as I did it, I knew it was gonna happen. This isn't Eldritch Evolution, is it? One nice thing is we still can like never lose at least. Yeah, I have 6 in the Veil. Just didn't think about it. We're so ahead, I'm just getting lazy. But obviously that's no excuse. Just is what happened. Maybe I do want to eliminate. I'm like, what are the chances they left an Eldritch Evolution against me? So small, right? Well, you can force a Veil, which is pretty important. I'm gonna cut a Mana Leak on the draw for an eliminate, I think. No Godless Shrine's kind of awkward here. We can probably keep this though. Guess we have our colors of mana now. Although that's not even true because we have Verdict in the deck, which is another small complaint of mine. And Wall is so good. If they're on Court of Calling this game, it's going to be pretty bad for us too, with the plant token and the Wall of Roots. How many gardens did they play? Yeah, just get the Esper Charm. Just one. Verdict's a great draw. There's Athena. Yeah, they're just 100% on Court of Calling here. They can court for Yawgmoth. They're gonna do it in my upkeep. I guess if they chord for Yawgmoth, I can. If I play Teferi, they chord for Yawgmoth, I can bounce it. But then we're still not in that good shape. I'm just gonna hold up the Force. Charm Rust runs 1. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I like it. It's creative. They have Veil of Summer. We get to complain. Shadow's Verdict would be nuts. Wait, they corded for 3 and made Wall of Roots mana? No, I missed that. Oh my gosh. Gross. This does seem like a bad matchup for whatever that's worth. For those of you who suggested keeping in the Kaya's Guiles, does the presence of Colony Garden maybe change your mind a little bit? Oh, we're just dead. Yeah. Veil of Bummer. Form. Neoform is really good in that deck. MTGO. The 1-2 bracket. Found a good matchup. Found a good matchup. I'm assuming. What the hell is my opponent playing Chandra's Embercat in a league? What is going on? Oh, Gemstone Cavern, so you can turn 1 cat. I will never understand prison players. I just don't understand anything they ever do. Yeah, I mean, no one ever has fun in Modern, right? Nobody's ever plays a card to have fun with it, or a card because they like it. It's ridiculous, and I won't entertain the notion. I kind of feel like we have to keep this Force. Which obviously doesn't feel very good. Alright, now we win. Alright, well, it doesn't do anything against me, so I'm going to let it resolve. It's literally a blank card. I think I'm going to go Snap Opt so that I can not have to discard next turn. Do I enjoy playing these kind of strategies? Control decks? If so, yes. I do enjoy playing control decks. Welcome to the stream for the first time. By the way. What do you do versus Chalice on 3? Counter it, or Teferi tuck it, or bounce it with Teferi. Also, you know, kick myself for letting them get to 6 mana, I guess. Oh, sorry, I didn't read the rest of the comment. Yeah, yeah, dude, this is actually just cards with Chandra in the name. .deck. What the hell? It's just cards with Chandra in the name. Prison. I don't understand. Maybe, I guess it's just they just have Donation Deck Thursday as well. Let our opponent win, just scoop the match. They do deserve it, I think. I think I agree with you. I mean, my opponent's a Chandra's Embercat deck. So I'll keep push up. Oh, it's April Fool's Day. Yeah, you know what? I think our opponent is playing April Fool's Tribal over there. I think that's actually what's happening. All right, let's see some more of their deck. We have entered the take game modes, or yeah, take game actions at random mode of the stream. Discards 2 Braids, sure. Right, Esper Charm confirmed, good against Mono Red Chandra. Yeah, this is not a Chandra card. I'm pretty disappointed in my opponent. Is my opponent a streamer? They have to be, right? They have to be streaming this. There's no way an MTGO user would ever have fun playing Magic. Dork Throne, 1 year. Thank you for the kind words. Welcome back, buddy. That's awesome. Oh, good sequencing. I mean, obviously the 2 damage doesn't matter. we have prolonged our fate. There, discard Chandra Heart of Fire and Chandra Torch of Defiance. Yeah, Esper Charm Nombo with Ensnaring Bridge. What was the drama a little while ago? It's like if your opponent says Esper Charm, target myself, then they have to discard 2 cards, even though everybody knows what they meant to do. That's just the whole thing. They can draw Chandra's Imbricat. That's just that was all the drama, right? I can't remember. Like, didn't that come up at a tournament? Someone said Esper Charm, target myself, and then the mode that targets a player is the discard mode. That's the only mode that targets a player. It was Cedric. Cedric was the one that called it. Some ancient history drama, yeah. Cedric said, okay, draw 2, yeah. I get it. Probably okay to be soft to Chandra's Imbricat. Play like an Eliminate. Was it for? I mean, it was like at a real tournament, you know. Apparently, the guy who did it to you found him years later and said thank you. Sure. Wait, did Cedric actually say target who? Cast Esper Charm, Cedric, target who? Target me. To judge call, target 1 had to discard 2. Yeah, I mean, I'm not obviously I don't know what happened. I'm saying that's exactly what happened, but if that is what happened, that feels like way more angle shooty to me, right? But obviously it's ancient history at this point, and you know, legends get blurred and stuff. I guess I should have played this. Yeah, if the person casting Esper Charm said it, I think it's fine. It's like probably not something I would have personally done, but who cares? I don't think I'm forcing this. I don't think I really care that much. Kind of burned if we draw Archmage's Charm. I thought you were playing a Chandra tribal deck opponent. I feel kind of cheated over here. The Ka and Esperka is a Polish suffix in reverence to the Polish creator, TSB Jindrik. Yeah, I would say that this matchup seems poor for our opponent, and I imagine they also have. We'll say that all 5 matches of this league. This is how, you know, mono red prison players every single match of every single league go, oh, I can't believe I ran into another bad matchup. Another bad matchup again. Every single match of every single league. I'm just gonna purge this. Yeah, Chandra's Hellcat, they have Eidolon. Eidolon is a card I have never understood in these decks as well. I think I'm going to snap Mana Leak. But I've never understood Eidolon. It's just like Eidolon is such a nomba with Bridge. Like, I feel like it's like a fine sideboard card, but like a lot of decks main deck it. And just having a card that kills you with Bridge seems like so weird to me. Fluffy does well at prison. I know. I'm not saying that you can't win with it, but I am saying the deck has like almost no good matchups. You know what I mean? It's like it's probably okay against Titan decks. I don't even think it's that good against Tron. It's just like can't beat an Oblivion Stone. I guess you have Karn. Yeah, it's probably fine against big mana. It's probably just not that good against aggro though, or mid-range or control. Yeah, I think they cited out all their Chandra cards, which feels like a scam. Maybe that's their game plan. Opponent underestimates you and then loses games 2 and 3. Which might be us here. We have only ops and spell snares that are triggering the chalice. So a little unlucky to have drawn 3 out of our 5 chalice spells. But whatever. How did Slivers and Waste Not go? We went 1 and 4 with Slivers, and then 3 and 2 with Waste Not. Yeah, Boil would be bad. I'd scoop to a Boil. Map, 13 months. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate you. And then also, Mono Red Prison lost Simeon Spirit Guide, too, which is a beating. Just a huge beating. Well, I think I was drawing a spell. Maybe we're just lagging. I should probably be restarting Magic Online anyways. Let's take the time. We can admire my wallpaper. I just every time I look at it, I love it so much. Oh man. I kind of want to get it framed. Put it on my desk. You know how some people have pictures of their family on the desk to look at to brighten up their day. I want that picture. Chalice on 2. Sure. Alright, would you Castle Vantress? You did that drill job except that a frame photo of Cobra Commander. That's awesome. Alright, opponent can't beat this card. I think we're supposed to +2. Get a Fry in their hand? No, they can't. Oh no, Fry plus Chalice on 2 is a combo. Wow. They have 2 rituals in their hand. They're drawing. Alright, so they're drawing Mountain. Am I just supposed to keep plussing? I think with that draw I am. It's like they're almost dead. They also have so many bad draws in their deck, you know? Did they forget? No, they're emptying their hand for Ensnaring Bridge. So we can Aether Gust this? Yeah. Yeah, there's... Oh no, there's a Chalice on 2. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's I guess we'll figure out what that card does in a second. Guess we'll figure out this. I'll read the card when they cast it. Oops. So they can kill my Snapcaster. With a +1, it's pretty good. What a luck sack. Just a walking sack of luck. We actually have to bounce Blood Moon, then bounce Chalice, then Gust Chandra. So lucky to hit 2 Cryptic Commands. I can't believe it. We're not even, you know, out of it, right? Because they get to replay their Blood Moon. And their Chalice. Do an all response to Chandra uptick. I mean, I don't want to give them 3 cards, but maybe that's better. They put the Chandra on the bottom. Are you kidding me? I guess they just drew another one. Even still. How do you ever put Chandra on the bottom there? I have no idea. I guess we could have just Jaced it next turn. That was probably the best line, right? But it's even still, right? I mean, obviously we've played this game pretty badly. Just gonna try to kill them with the ultimate. They know you can Fate Seal it, but yeah, but they should just let me Fate Seal it. I drew the 3rd Cryptic. Happy April Fools, I guess. Oh, we get to see their deck. Alright, that was a match. Maybe. I could keep this against Yorion. These days, Yorion decks are usually creature decks. So this is a good hand, hopefully. Yeah, Slivers is probably a good matchup. So I don't play my fetches out because of Arbiter, of course. Yeah, especially like Chalice on 1 on turn 2 on the draw is like oftentimes not good enough. Yeah, this Supreme Verdict is so awkward on the mana. It's so awkward on the mana. Like I have to shock here. The mana would be just so much better if it didn't play Verdict. Should you trade in your Paper Chalice that I pull from Time Spiral? You don't see yourself playing it? I mean, I guess so, right? If you're not going to play it, why would you keep it? But those are the kind of questions I just can't always answer for you, you know? Maybe they'll Field of Ruin my castle. Poggers. All right, price. That's why people... That's why you're asking. Is this card going to go up in price? How did I not get that? I mean, I never know. You know, I have some opinions on, like, you know, good buys for Magic cards, but for the most part, I don't like to think about it too much. All right, if they have Archon, then Snapcaster gets fizzled here. I think I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna just Snapcaster. So we can bounce the Vial with Cryptic this turn cycle, and then that's gonna make the Verdict way better, where they can't just Violence something into turn. Somehow Time Spiral 4 with Thoughtseize is $600. Jeez. Those Jund players, they must all be Bitcoin millionaires or something. Could bounce the Watery Grave. Just gonna bounce this. Heavy Speculator Bruno and Spike Breaks Modern. I did buy a foil Bruna. Okay, I wasn't expecting the Queller. Super punished for not upkeeping. Average player is a Bitcoin millionaire, I think. Man, if they just have a second Queller for my verdict, be pretty bad, huh? Yeah, I bought some Time Spiral packs because I just saw some at Walmart, but I really regret just not like scooping up every single card or every single pack. Just bought like I just like grabbed a couple handfuls for fun. I'm gonna bounce the sword. Mana Symbol, thanks for the raid. Hope you're having a good day, buddy. Welcome to the Temple of Clothis, everybody. Today we're praising Clothis by celebrating Donation Deck Thursday. Woo! Man, I was not. I haven't expected very many cards my opponents have played. I have not expected very many cards. April 1st, baby. What's that card do? It says 2 mana draw a card. There's not any more text on the card. That is the only line of text. 2 mana enchantment, draw a card when it enters the battlefield. But it punishes fetch lands, Spike. It punishes fetch lands. Pretty good with Flicker Wisp. Yeah, Sword of Fire Ice, Yorion. It's brutal against fetch lands. It's not even like that bad, you know? It's not even... I brutal is, I think, a huge exaggeration. It's like they just don't fetch on their main phase. And if you do... And you still get the mana from it if you do fetch on your main phase if you need it. Yeah, the Ghost Quarter Conundrum combo. I don't know, it's just like people were expecting this deck to do something, to do anything. Oh, I guess I can't fizzle the Ghost Quarter by fetching here off the Conundrum. I'm close to being able to. I mean, it is going to trigger on my instep when this Swamp comes back into play. I'm going to have to return a land to my hand. At that point, I will be in shambles. I will say that this card is super aptly named. Yeah, I think that they would have been better off drawing another card, I agree. So just bouncing a land into like on their next turn. They can Violent Yorion next turn, which is, legitimately great. Honestly, I just kind of hate. I hate talking to my opponent about what the stream tells them. It just kind of feels so douchey on my part, It's like, hey, did you know I am a streamer, by the way? It's like, hey, my chat wants to know what your deck is. This guy just hate it. I stream, by the way, on twitch.tv/AspiringSpike. Come check it out. Check out the stream. You know what I mean? When I think of a new card, Test of Talent, I don't remember what it does. Oh, I thought I had one more island. We are going to lose this game. It keeps us alive, I guess. These are literally dead cards. The deltas. And they're dead because of Confounding Conundrum, not because I'm out of fetchable targets. So I'm gonna go tap. I guess I should have done this on their upkeep because now they could have a path in their hand. I just give them another look. But what we're gonna do is go tap, bounce Snapcaster, and then it does fizzle their Skyclave, and then also gives us the ability to snap Verdict. But this counters the Cryptic. We should have done this in their upkeep because this could have been their draw for turn. I kind of feel like they already had it because they had a couple cards they didn't cast. Tough stuff though. I'm gonna try to cut. I'm gonna cut the Force of Negations for sure. It's just another matchup where I think Esper Charm is just feels like such a scam to me. Although it does kill Confounding Conundrum. What is Esper Charm supposed to be like really good against big mana? Is that the idea? I just don't exactly get. Just don't exactly get it, I guess. This hasn't felt very good today. Why can't you just fetch on their turn? You can. I just didn't have any fetchable targets left in the deck. It's kind of the joke. I don't really... I actually kind of like Teferi against them. I probably don't want to get like the full 4 Kaya's Guiles. Although maybe I do. The token's kind of nice against Flicker Wisp. Doesn't really block anything else that well, I guess. It's a Jin thing. Esper Charm beats the control matchup, I guess. I mean, the card's pretty versatile. It's like, it's never like just terrible. How do I feel about humans in Modern? Just more Spirit decks or something? I mean, I think Spirits is probably a little bit better, but I think humans is fine. I'll play like the 3rd Guile over the 3rd League. Guile. Does anybody call this card Guile? Kaya's Guile? Probably not. Let's keep this. Kai Guy. I will now. I'm not sure if it's catchy. I feel like if Kaya's Guile was like a creature, it would be better to call it Kyle. Am I boring for only playing Devoted Druid job on decks? We don't deck shame on this channel. There's no bad deck to play in Modern, you know. There's no bad deck. Only playing decks badly. It's not actually true, but I mean, Devoted Druid Yawgmoth's a cool deck, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna shock. I've got Hallowed Fountain in my deck. I kind of just feel like Archmage's Charm and Kaya's Guile are both better 3-mana instants than Esper Charm. I feel like I would just want to play like maybe 3 of each of those in the main and no Esper Charms. It's kind of like, and I also I do think I like cutting the Verdict. I do think I like cutting the Verdict, and then you don't have to play Mystic Gate. Probably gonna steal a Vial here though. Stealing a Vial that's on 1 is pretty nice because you get to Vial and Snapcaster Mage. You can Mind Rot, stat Mind Rot, yeah. Yeah. Mystic Gate lets you play Charm and Guile. I think you can play Charm and Guile without Mystic. Like, you can definitely play Guile easily without Mystic Gate. I really feel like Mystic Gate is mostly a concession to Supreme Verdict being really hard to cast. The Sea Vat Blue Charms with down Esper Charms. It's good to know. Oh my gosh, we're legends. Top deck hero. Oh, I forgot to cast it. Sorry, I forgot to cast it. Just got so excited. Am I supposed to play around Charming Prince, actually? Am I supposed to play around in before second Geist of Strangetraft, of course, but am I supposed to play around Charming Prince here? Probably not, but like they could have it in their deck. Yeah, it's not so bad for us. I'm gonna go always know, always yield. Bounce this, and now we have Revolt to push the Archon. Or those, oh, we can't play Teferi because of Archon. Although I guess I was probably supposed to save the fetch land for their turn because for Fatal Push. Oh no, I just totally like forgot Confounding Conundrum did anything. All right, that is a pro. Opponents just might not respect the card at all and joke about it, and then you have to bounce a land. Yeah, we got confounded. Confound this. They could have Teferi Time Raveler in their deck. I think I'm going to push the Arbiter. Yeah, the Nut Draw, double Conundrum. I'm going to go Teferi minus on the Conundrum here, of course. Oops. My bad. Meant to minus on a Conundrum. We'll do it next turn. This whole week has been a meme, I know, dude. Tell me about it. It's just April Fool's Day. I think I still want a plus here, right? Seems fine. Worst case scenario, we just bounce the Queller, eliminate the Mystic. Oh wait, I plussed again. Dang, I'm sorry. I'm trying to minus on the Conundrum. I keep forgetting that it's in play because it's not doing anything. My bad. The problem, I just keep forgetting it's just not doing anything, so. Keep forgetting. Rude. Just having a laugh. Maybe that's rude. If it is, I guess I'm okay with it. Just a rude dude. Conjure would be so annoying if they had Ghost Quarters. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Conundrum's been out a while, and I think that it's been pretty well established that the card is just not playable. In my opinion. I could be wrong, I guess. As a serious Taxes player myself, I feel insulted, and maybe you can take that feeling of insult and harness it into constructive criticism to improve your deck a little bit. Maybe. A little bit of tough love. A little bit of banter. A little bit of laughs and gaffs, you know. Esper Charm is only playable this meta because of Conundrum. Oh, I can't believe I don't have the full 3 Esper Charms for this matchup. Can't believe the Young Wolf deck was only the 3rd memeiest deck this league. I mean, the Young Wolf deck, I think, is... I like it. Isn't Teferi Spellqueller the original combo? Yeah. If you have Teferi and Spellqueller in your deck, it's hard to lose. The great combo. Love your trash talk. Is that what it is? Maybe it is. I can't be a toxic streamer if I'm an MTGO user, of course. Cover all my bases that way. Alright, I summon the Fatal Push to the hand. Back into my call, Fatal Push. Wait, is this not Vampiric Tutor? It's a pretty bad card. Oh, that's a pretty good one, though. Let me actually get basic planes so I don't lose to Arbiter Ghost Quarter. I'm also going to fetch main phase, I think, because of Mind Sensor. Forgot top 80 PTO blue-white taxes. Were you playing Confounding Conundrum? I won't make fun of you if you say yes, I promise. Confounding Conundrum Thalia is also like... I do feel like there's tension there. Kind of weird that they would not hold the Flicker Wisp for the Vial next turn. Feels like this is a much lower impact Flicker Wisp. That being said, we can't cast any spells and can probably never win. Is blue-white taxes better suited than blue-white spirits? I think spirits is probably better. But I also like, I think mono-white taxes is maybe better than both of those decks, you know? Mono-white Texas. So I feel like they definitely have like a Glasspool Mimic or a Flicker Wisp in hand, or definitely is a strong, probably too strong a statement. No, not Confoundrum. It was Ochre area. Got it. I mean, I think Queller is pretty good in taxes. Alright, we can cast a spell this turn. Cast Esper Charm, or Kaya's Guile, or Teferi Time Raveler. I think we're casting the Guile. Wait, they didn't vial anything in? Let me do it before they take a draw step. I'm supposed to gain 4 life or make a token. I feel like the token's not doing a ton. They're probably just sacking the Flicker Wisp. I think I'm gaining 4 life. The token blocks Wisp. Yeah, but if the Wisp gets sacrificed, then the token's not doing anything. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about this. This could not be the line. Like, they probably just sack Giver now, but then we're at 12, and then they don't have Giver in play anymore, which is kind of nice. Again, I could be totally wrong about this decision. Yeah, another Thalian hand would have made this pretty bad. Probably want to bounce the Vial next turn. Why is opponent's deck 80 cards? They have Yorion. They already put it into their hand. Plus, they're thinking that I have a Wrath here. I think I need to bounce Vial, right? Maybe not. They probably don't have a 4-drop. Let me bounce the Wisp. Yeah, let's bounce the Wisp. They have Yorion to Violin next turn, but I still think we can afford to take this much damage. Has anyone tried Skewed Swarm in Modern? Maybe Fran has? It's kind of hard to play too many 3-mana 1/1s, but I guess I've done it with Soul Herder. It's possible Skewed Swarm is just broken. Not very likely, but possible. They get Maul of the Skyclaves. Try it in Titan Vial. Yeah. Seems like a good spot to try it. Have I tried Myth Realized? I think I have cast that card before. I think I put that card in like one deck, and I don't think I ever drew it. Not really high praise. I had a Myth Realized stream. I vaguely remember it. I don't remember it being good. Does anybody remember it being good? Yeah, they can't Yorion and Flicker. Yep. Yeah, they can't really Yorion very effectively here, right? I guess they just Flicker Stoneforge. Then they'd lose their Stoneforge. Seems similar to Sprite Dragon, which I like. Maybe just worse. Yeah, it's a lot worse, I think. I look like my own parody of Storm Player. Cool. It's not just Storm players. It's players who just like tank forever when they can never win. I was wondering why Sultai Lyris deck, but wondering why no Veil on the sideboard. Well, I think that the matchups that Veil is good in against are already like solid matchups. And I thought myself, especially with Lyris as a companion, losing that sideboard slot, I felt myself wanting to devote the other matchups to like more linear decks. My other sideboard cards for more linear decks. That being said, could be right to play a Veil or two. I think I had Veil in some of my earlier drafts. But as good as Veil is, I think like specifically like, you know, the control matchups and the like shadow matchups are just kind of good matchups already for the Sultai deck. I'm gonna make a token this time. They have Yorion in their hand, that's why they took the Vial up to 5. Wait, are they not sacking? I guess they're sacking Stoneforge. Winning this game would be awesome, by the way. Could be tricky. Was I supposed to chump block Thali? We just don't have outs, right? Maybe if we opt into Kaya's Guile. No. That card. I think my opponent's gonna not block Snapcaster. I guess, I mean, it's just such a disaster if they do. So it's not like just play into it, but I think they might not block Snapcaster because of a Wrath. Like that's what that attack signifies, but I don't think the upside of dealing 2 damage is worth like losing any resource we have in this game. But I'm probably gonna go tap my opponent's team, bounce their Aether Vial. Yeah, thank goodness they didn't have Conundrum this game. Got very lucky. Control verdicts, control some things. Oh, damn it. Oh. Sorry, my opponent obviously just flickers the vial and kills me. Feels bad. Well, I will say I didn't play this league super well, which feels bad. Yeah, we'll play by them. That being said, I would certainly take a different approach to building the deck. Not that I think that this build is bad. I just personally, I feel like I would not be playing Charms. Like maybe I could just like show you guys how I would build it. So I think I'd be playing 3 Archmage's Charm in the main, 3 Kaya's Guile. And then I think that it's good to, I don't think you need the Verdict in the main. I think you might not need Verdict at all. And what I really like is that if you cut Verdict, you don't have to play the Mystic Gates. And I think the Mystic Gates are like kind of awkward in this deck. Yeah, I I have a pretty small sample size, but Esper Charm just didn't seem that good to me. And then I think I would be playing Shark Typhoon. Sorry, there's an H thing. Typhoon. I'd be playing Shark Typhoon, and I think that in order to make room, it's probably good to be cutting some number of ops. And maybe like Snapcaster number 4. You can play 3 ops. I guess you could also still play 4 opsing if you cut the verdicts. But you probably want more spot removal if that's the case. You can play 4 Kaya's Guile the main. Yeah, GG as a Pelos. Feels bad I punted at the end there. Something like this, maybe? No, I own Shark Typhoons now. I also don't really know what my sideboard would look like exactly. But I'd probably be playing second Castle Vantress. Also cutting fourth stops for fourth Scour and playing Drowns and Drowned Lock. I'm kind of into it. I really like Drowned Lock. I think Drowned Lock's really good right now. You can cut the Eliminate too. Just like the blue-black control deck I've been playing, splashing Guile, Teferi. Alright, I'm probably gonna just stop building this for a while, but those are just some thoughts on Esper. And I might play my own take on Esper at some point and see how it feels. But also I will say, like, I think Esper is a good deck, and I also didn't play that league very well, and the league was also weird, so my thoughts here are certainly not conclusive. But we do have one more dono deck today. This is